Mohini DIdi Chitchat Sharing from a true heart touches the heart and would like to invite our dear angel brother. Brother Eric, welcome.
Om Shanti, everyone, and good evening, greetings, and special loving greetings, of course, to Mohini DIdi. So as we're completing this month of Tapasya, and thanks for Gayatri for being our tour guide. I was listening to you and remembering when we used to go to Madhuban in the first years, and someone would take us to the Dilwala temple. And we would be facing those little alcoves with the yogis in Tapasya. And there was an exercise we were asked to do, which was beautiful. And it was to go from one yogi to the other to take drishti and to see if we could recognize which one we were in those yogis. And I feel that after this whole month, the whole decoration of crowns and golden and the ceiling disappeared of the temple, and we remain in those little, special alcoves, each one. And the beauty of those, statues, they have nothing, no decoration, nothing, just big eyes wide open and a big tilak and a forehead. So maybe you were our guide, Gayatri Ben, taking us in that Dilwala temple, in a spiritual temple. So by the end of the month, we are totally naked of all the other elements unnecessary. And we end this month in the form of powerful tapaswi. So thank you, really appreciate the journey. Since next Saturday, it will be another topic. So I'm taking that chance this week. So Mohini DIdi, also, I want to thank you for wearing your sunglasses on Thursday. Because I'll tell you why. I think I needed to see how do we wear sunglasses and remain very soul conscious. Usually when we pull out our sunglasses, for some of us, it can make us a little bit body conscious, because with sunglasses, we look like superstars suddenly, and we look like coming out of Bollywood or Hollywood. But you demonstrated how to wear sunglasses and remain superstar in a beautiful way as a soul, and remaining in Baba Wood, Baba's Wood, maybe, or Baba's garden. And I could really enjoy seeing you in such a dignifying, posture with the sunglasses. So next time I wear my sunglasses, I'll try to remain as soul conscious and stable as you demonstrated beautifully on Thursday. So thank you for that. Tonight I have a few questions, and they may not seem to be all in one topic, but they are. And it will go from the deep stage of soul to the stage of karmatit stage, lovely and mostly detached. And I'm going to use a few questions that I received. So hope you will follow the thread with me. And the first question actually comes from the Murli we read, I think it was on Thursday, Sakar Murli. And in that Murli, Baba said something very beautiful. And he said, children, consider yourselves to be souls and remember the Father. It is the soul that makes the body do everything. Each soul is Karan Karavanhar. The Supreme Father, Supreme Soul too, comes and works through this one. The soul acts and also inspires action. And I love this beautiful sentence, the soul acts and inspires action. And in the class, we were reflecting a little bit, and everybody said, why don't you ask Sister Mohini on Saturday? So I was wondering what would be your reflection when you hear this. The soul is Karan Karavanhar. The soul acts and also inspires. What comes to your mind, or how would you clarify this thought?
Today we were few of us, some sisters from Peaceful Age, some others here from New Jersey. So we thought, let's have a Brahma Bhojan together. Let's make it something unique. And it was more Gujarati oriented with a lot of variety vegetables and all that. So it was soul inspired to do certain action, right? To think about how we could celebrate being together and eat together and be together. And so not only that, but even when Baba talks about service, it's like some inspiration has to come to do that action. If I am not inspired to do, I do it because Baba said it. So deeply within in the soul, uh, very beautiful inspiration come. It could also be based on Baba's directions, but it has to be one's own inspiration. I remember when I came to Baba, Baba used to give us a lot of ideas, and soul used to get inspired. Yes, we should do it. And it used to go so well, a lot of new things will happen. And of course, we became very mature too. So any ordinary action or, like cleaning, I'm just saying it that I remember you are inspired to do it. So inspiration helps to use the body in a very, very natural way, beautiful way. And action which had been inspired also have good results. It's not, it's my duty, so I do it. I have to do it, so I'm doing it. But not necessarily you are inspired. So whenever an idea is shared, we look around the faces and say, let's see who got inspired to do it. And some, they like the idea, but you don't see any enthusiasm in them to do it. So I think that when, we are light, we are happy, then we admire, we appreciate, and we accept, and then do everything with lot of enthusiasm. That means soul has been inspired, right? I remember that Dadi Janki used to say, I share, care, and inspire. And it's true because when you listen to her, even now, we listen to her class, it's so inspiring. So I think that's what we have to do is to get inspired, inspire others. That's where the soul acts, right? Through the body. Because body can't be inspired, soul has to be inspired. And when soul is inspired, then soul plays the part through the body. Yeah.
I'm remembering what we read last year, I think in January, when we were going through the diary of Brahma Baba, and the way he talked about the soul, even before 1936. Oh, king, oh, master. Do you think there are memories in the soul that can inspire us? And we think, okay, it's an idea that I have, but it's actually from the memory of the soul, from the karmatic stage, from the previous cycle, maybe, or the perfect stage at the end of the previous cycle. And we get inspirations from that deep memory of the soul, or what you used to call so many times, the original and eternal stage. Would these memories create inspiration in us?
Yeah, definitely. When Dadi Prakash Mani said, I want to see 100,000 in the program, and then first was Ahmedabad in Gujarat, and the sisters, oh, we will do it. And within 3 weeks, they were not 100,000, about 80,000. I was there. They were able to gather 80,000 and told Dadi to come, and she was there. So this comes from last Kalpa, in the sense of you are touched by something and you are inspired and you make it happen. And after that 100,000 program, like everywhere they start doing it. So Dadi ji used to get the thought and tell with lot of inspiration, we should do this. And then we all used to get inspired and do it. So of course also whatever we have done last kalpa emerges in the soul. Not only that, but anything, everything in a way. But also, sometimes I think that whatever our part is, it's the present virtues and the powers and our record of our, you know, kind of activities and our nature that helps us. But part is emerging, right? Part is emerging, and I'm playing that part. I'm not playing a new part, because that is why when I think of meeting Brahma Baba first time, whatever he said to me, I am doing it. So that means what Baba saw in me was my, what I was and what I could. And based on that, he keeps giving directions. So in a way, again, we say we are repeating our part, right? And that part is from last kalpa. But that deep realization do come internally when I think, what am I? But then when I see my part, oh, I say, this is my part I have to play, So it's a combination of your present and also what one was last kalpa.
I like to connect that with a question that someone asked, where there's inspiration, but also we are seeking guidance from Baba sometimes. And we don't want to feel that maybe the guidance we're getting from Baba is actually our own manmat. And I don't know how you feel, because of course, when Baba used to come every year so many times, he would be very, factual, and he will guide us through programs, and he would say, oh, you're having a big program, now do this, print this, do that. He would be even giving very clear directions at the time. For many years now, it's not happening. And now that we're not getting Baba directly giving us day-to-day direction, do you feel that we need to connect even more accurately personally, because we need to depend? Yes, Murlis are there, seniors are there, but also our own connection with Baba to collect guidance. And do you feel that there is a sign that tells us when this guidance we get from Baba is maybe, yes, inspiration, but it's clear guidance and not my manmat?
Yeah, one is, of course, this is the way to, but also when we read Murlis, then we also know what we haven't done yet, and he had been saying it. So that could also one of the way to know what are the directions for present. Like, in Sakar Murlis, Baba says, everyone should get the message. Or in Avyak Murlis, Baba says, bring the bouquet of all different professionals. So I think that we read Murlis and also to see what we haven't been able to do until what Baba had said at that time. That could be also one way to take directions. One's own personal ideas, they are always good, but when it comes from Baba, it goes so natural. It just happens. I remember that when Dadi Prakashmani came for the inauguration of Peace Village, and she said it will be Madhuban of West. And I was telling Kalaben that many, many would not want to go to Madhuban for a while. So maybe we should create a beautiful program in Peace Village and welcome people to come and spend few days there. So, what I'm saying, that even if it happened last Kalpa, but these are what Baba wants us to do. So we plan based on that. So there is no confusion whether it is my ideas or Baba's. See, in your mind also, whose ideas will come? Baba's, no? Once it is proper guidelines, when it is clear, it's Baba, no?
I remember very clearly that program with Dadiji, and can never forget that program in Peace Village. Was wonderful. We're all floating above the swimming pool. The swimming pool was just covered with plywood, and we're just like in a pond, a lotus flower. It was a beautiful program.
And
So
just
what about,
imagine the
yeah,
numbers,
I know,
640,
600, but
640 sitting in
we were
that hall
we were
at the
double
time of
light.
the time of inauguration, so that was the largest number we ever had, was
I know.
at the time of inauguration. Plus
But
all
because,
Brahmins from all over the world came,
yeah,
and it's very interesting.
I like your expression earlier. You said, if you're double light, it's all right. Everything is all right. So double light, all right. So because we were double light, the plywood maintained 600 people above the swimming pool, and we didn't fall in it. So what for someone who wants guidance in a very practical, let's say something happened, very practical, and they don't feel like they should call you for getting direction from Baba on a Thursday for bulk message, and they're all by themselves at home, and they want guidance from Baba for a very specific situation. How would they get guidance and clear advice from Baba and know
See,
that it's not from the manmat?
if the guidelines are there, right? What we call Shrimat about everything. So first we should try to think of what is Baba's Shrimat about this, right? So when you think of Shrimat, then think of Baba, remember Baba, and the thought will come, accurate thought will come. And then you apply it, and you know that if it's from Baba, definitely it will work very, very well, where you're not creating karmic accounts, you are settling karmic accounts. So thinking about the guidelines, about the Shrimat is about certain situation, I think then one should decide based on that. And of course, to confirm that, you sit with Baba's room, you will get the right thoughts. These days, this is what I had been noticing, that somewhere deeply within, you will get the right thought. Once you are connected with Baba, you get the right thought. But also have trust and do it. Like we had a lot of discussion today about, money situation or giving and taking, and so much frauds are happening, so much, even within Brahmin family, they are kind of, some are, becoming fake to take away money and things like that. So I think that if I follow the guidelines that Baba says, no, you do not have to, worry about that, oh, if I give this much money, I will get this much interest, because somewhere there, the grade is there, right? So there is one person, he lost everything, but he should have thought, or of course, one is to ask, but also there are guidelines in the yajna, and if we follow them, we can never be deceived, and there won't be any sorrow, right?
So I think in terms of that line, from inspiration, guidance, and it's also a state of discernment, to be able to really discern, okay, this is happening. Now, what is Baba saying? What is the role of detachment playing in my ability to discern correctly?
Yeah, if you are, altruistic in the sense of you're not really only doing for yourself, you always think that it is good for Baba's Yagya, it is good for others also to be the right example. So I think that basically when you apply guidelines in an altruistic way, then there is no attachment there now. And I think that time should happen where you should know, am I doing it out of attachment or greed or any subtle vice, or I am doing it because of the pure feelings and pure desire. So when there are pure feelings and desire, then there is no attachment there, right? Detach here is not doing. Detach here is I did it, and then if it is Baba's, then you are detached, right?
But
That
sometimes it's also detachment from what's happening. And I know you mentioned something that is very interesting. If we feel bad when we're insulted, and I know it's if someone defames us or criticizes us or whatever, you were asking us how do we feel, and I know for you, you've mentioned many times it doesn't affect you, but try to, if you can explain a little bit more. And I think it's connected to detachment somewhere. Let's say someone criticizes me, but it affects me a little bit and I feel a little bit not good about it. Would you agree that there must be some ego somewhere that is reacting? So how to have really good wishes and pure feelings? If I'm not really pure because I'm feeling, what, dare you telling me this? And who do you think you are? So how can I switch from the reality of me being a little bit annoyed and affected to just, having good wishes? It seems very difficult to switch.
If you are not what someone is saying and you stay in self-respect. I remember many, many years ago, Dadi Prakashmani was there and we are 10, 12 instruments for sitting. We were in Florida somewhere. And one sister said something and even Dadi didn't like, and that was comment for me. And then Sister Jayanti was there and she came to me, how did you manage? I said, anything you listen, you minus that person's sanskars and then you listen because you know that that person thinks that way and going to say it. So why I'm going to take anyone's sanskar? And even Dadi Prakashmani came and she said, oh, I didn't like it when that was common because I am not that. But I didn't feel it because I am not that, Whatever research they do, whatever test I have to go through, they won't find what that soul said. But it's the sanskar of that soul. So I was telling them my formula is when I listen to someone, first I minus that soul sanskar and then I listen. So I can know that it's coming from someone's sanskar or some desires or whatever it is. But I'm managing in the sense of.
But I think you are gifted. You are gifted, and I'm glad you are telling us, how you feel, because it's a model. I have to admit, sometimes I know this. Okay, but I like this equation. I think you have spiritual mathematics, which works very well. Listen minus the soul sanskar equal stay in your self-respect. I will remember that. It's a good mathematics. But if I feel something, should I pay attention to why do I feel something? Is it a question of ego, attachment, expectations, or is it important to know why we are affected by someone's comment?
Sometimes first you have to immediately change your feelings. Don't stay long in that feeling. As quickly you can change is better. Because if you keep it, then you think more, then you try to. But it's definitely is coming from low self-respect or ego. So that is why, when we share viceless, incorporeal, viceless, and then we say egoless. So egoless that means ego is something very much in everyone, but you have to keep changing ego into self-respect. And then Baba says, oh, I have very, very divine intellect, but it's Baba's gift. Baba has given me, so it's like Baba has given me certain gifts and I have to stay in that self-respect. So then there won't be ego, right? But I am this, or I am able to do this. I have this capacity. I'm special. Hmm? And someone says, oh, you think you're special. You're not. You didn't do well. So we just come down because it's not real self-respect, So just whatever gifts each one of us have in our life is Baba has given us. So if Baba has given us, so I have to be respectful and humble, There is no question of my and ego. ego and attachment is connected very much with my,
Mm.
And
I'm
now
listening.
Baba keeps saying, my Baba. You just say, my Baba. Nothing else is mine.
I'm listening carefully, and I'm taking your thoughts as blessings. And I wish I could, I'm getting better, of course, like everyone, changing our feelings like we're changing clothes, It seems like you say, just change your feelings. I wish I could just change my feelings like I'm changing, I don't know, my t-shirt in the morning. But feelings, to change a feeling, don't we have to change our thoughts, our sanskara? I mean, it seems like feelings are connected so deep that to change them like that, I don't know how you do it, but
No, first you change feelings,
yeah.
because feelings are like flu, and longer it stays, it's not good, because then you will become weak, and then you are in the bed, in the sense you can't do anything. So that's what we do physically. These days you cannot sneeze. As soon as you sneeze, oh, stop it. Okay. So for me, I immediately say, give me some, tamarind or some water, hot water, because I don't want it to continue. So as we do physically, if you instantly take care, precaution or remedy, whatever is needed, but then you of course say, "Oh, maybe it was cold, maybe it was this, maybe later on you can analyze, right? Cause, but at least immediately take care of yourself, as we do these days physically. Now we have to do spiritually, right?
Someone told me something recently, and I felt, it's a bit surprised. And I was trying to change my feelings for the soul, and it was so useful to have all these discussion on good wishes and pure feelings. But when you're confronted with the reality, you feel, okay, yeah, it doesn't. I don't find it so easy to change the feeling. And it's like you feel bad, and then you tell yourself, no, don't feel bad, feel good. Okay, I feel good. I found I needed a little bit of a few Murleys, a few Tollies, and a few things to make it happen. Maybe more Tolly will help me sometimes.
I
Maybe
think, yeah, no, you are getting, I think you are out of it a lot, Yeah.
Anyway, thank you. I know it's very useful and very practical. We all have to look at these, feelings, how we change them. For example, for me, when I used to feel tired, I feel tired and I can tell myself I'm not tired, but it's not true. I feel tired. But the way I change my feeling is I create the thought, I'm going to sleep so well tonight. And suddenly I'm not thinking about being tired. I'm creating a feeling how good it will be tonight when I go to bed. And so I don't feel bad about being tired. And when I go to bed in the evening, it's so nice. Anyway, that's my yukti to change the feeling. Easy one. Anyway, I'm sure the Toli you're going to share tonight will make me feel very good about whatever people tell me.
So sisters are listening, so they want to give you double toli, because you said toli can help. So say two pieces of toli, very, very fresh toli, very sweet. It's from the chickpeas flowers. Most of you know this toli, because in Madhuban also they give this toli. So have these tolis, and I'm sure that you are making good efforts, and you are able to clarify certain things for others also.
Mm. Well,
You
thank you
know,
to the sisters of the Tolis, and in return,
oh
special
wow,
jasmine flower that smells
very
beautiful.
beautiful.
And with double Toli, we become like this beautiful smelling flower. So
So
thank you, sisters, for the Toli.
this is an apartment you are able to grow.
Yeah, it grows the whole year.
Mm.
And yeah, it smells beautiful. And in Amrit time and evening time, that's when it smells beautiful. It's a big tree now.
Getting plant is very easy, but to take care of plant is, I think, requires a lot of love.
Well, you're helping me every week because I'm showing them the flowers, so you give them blessing, and all the other ones in the behind the wall are very happy, and they sing and say, "Oh, we're getting blessing tonight again." Thank you, Mohini DIdi, and thank you for sharing. Thanks for sisters of the Toli. Yeah.
Sister.
One day you show us the plant.
Yes, one day. Oh, it's a big one. Okay, I'll bring it next week. I'll bring it. I'll have to roll it with wheels. Yeah, okay, I'll show you the plant. It's big
No,
like
you,
that.
Bhumi, when he's saying you take photo and show
Okay,
us.
I can take photo as well. Yes, okay, I'll do that.
Yeah, because we have one, but we don't know how to take care. That's why we are asking this question.
Okay.
We also have big one, but it's outside and just few flowers come. But I know it. The fragrance is very, very beautiful. Very good. Okay, that's good to keep good plant, good fragrance in the surroundings is very, very healthy. Like I always like flowers in my room. So when I open eyes, I see the flowers first and say good morning to Baba.
Thank you. And now good
Thank
night
you.
to Baba as well. Good night to you and Om
Thank you
Shanti.
and good night. Good night, Eric.
Thank you.